Hey Criers, I'm Haley.
And I'm Rachael, and we're here breaking the age-old myth and proving to you that there is crying in baseball.
Welcome back to another episode of There Is Crying in Baseball. Hey Rachael.
Hey girl, hey.
How are you doing? How has your week been?
Oh, I'm doing okay. It's so good to see you. First of all, you are looking radiant today. Lovely
to talk to you.
Do you like my
15 hat?
I do.
For Jose Fermin?
I do. Oh my gosh, you got getting the start tonight.
I know.
Perfect timing.
Leading off.
Perfect timing. I love it. I'm doing okay. Right now, I'm struggling a little bit. One day, you guys will be able to hear my actual voice, but today is not that day. I now have laryngitis and an upper respiratory infection, so I'm trying really, really hard.
You don't sound that different. I feel like.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm faking it right now. I'm trying so hard.
You probably sound more different in your head than you do
in my own head than normal. Yeah. Okay, well, perfect. Well, then hopefully it won't sound too terrible.
You sound great,
but. Good, thank you.
Except whenever you do that.
Except when I laugh.
Yeah.
No more laugh. Don't be funny then, and I will laugh.
Okay. I can do that.
My week was good though. The beginning of the week was wonderful. So as you can see, Pacers hat, Pacers shirt. Oh baby, it's all about Pacers playoffs. We beat the Bucks in the first round. I know last week when we recorded, I had gone to the first game. So I did go to 2 other home games this week, and they won both of those.
That's where you got laryngitis.
It is. So apparently it's pretty common because I lost my voice completely after the first. I've never lost my voice like that before in my entire life.
Oh my gosh.
I had like 48 hours where I could pretty much not speak. So apparently it's pretty common for that to turn into laryngitis and then to turn into an infection. So
oh my goodness.
I know. So the Pacers did it to me, man, but it was so worth it. The Pacers have won their first playoff series in 10 years. Like this is,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this is a really, really big deal for the team, for the fan base, for the city. They won their first playoff game in 6 years. So like, this is huge. But they are 3-0 at home, and they are 3-0 with your girl in attendance.
So you should go to every game.
Every single one. I am going to go to 2 more this week since they made it past the first round. They're going to the second round, so that's all that I am going to be talking about next week too. I did have a funny story about that though. So game 2 was on Sunday, and so we bought just really cheap seats, cheap tickets to go sit up in the nosebleeds. The Pacers Arena at Gainbridge Fieldhouse is what it's called. They do have this standing room only area at the very top of it. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before. I think I've talked to you about it before, but it's just a big bar rail, just a big standing area at the very, very top that goes the entire length of the court. And so it's really cool. You can go up there and just hang out, and there's a couple bars and stuff up there. So people just go up and kind of hang out. So that was our plan originally, was to just buy cheap seats and go stand up there. So we go and they put towels on each of the seats because it's a playoff game. So they were doing a little giveaway.
Oh yeah.
So we scanned our tickets inside, and we go to our seats to go get our towels. And I see that our seats are completely obstructed, like completely. I mean, I
saw the photo. I was in shock that is even a seat.
I can't believe it. It's inexplicable. I've never seen anything like it before in my entire life. It was literally a wall was on the right side of us, and it was going all the way down, and you could not see either basket. You could see like 1/5 of the left side of the court, and that was it. Nothing.
That was absurd.
Well, I'll post pictures of it. Like, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't have been there. So I was like, okay, this is great. Thank God we knew about that sky deck up at the top, because if we didn't, and I'm sure there's other people that have bought those seats that didn't know about that.
Well, and you shouldn't go buy those seats with the expectation of going to the sky deck to be able to actually see.
No, for sure. Absolutely.
If you buy a seat, you should be able to see the court.
You should be able to sit in the seats. And they typically do a good job of showing like obstructed views and things like that. But we went back and looked, and these were 100% non-obstructed. Like, they didn't say that anywhere. So I'm like, okay, this is absolutely horrible. So we went, we did the sky deck for the game. It was fun. So we did that, and I put it on Twitter. So I tweeted a picture of it, and I said something about obstructed views being crazy, whatever. I tagged Gamebridge Fieldhouse. I tagged the Pacers in it, and I tagged Ticketmaster in it. Mostly, honestly, like I wasn't even that upset because we had the place to go. But it's mostly for like, if other people are going to buy those tickets, like they should know, someone should know at the venue, like this isn't okay. It's unacceptable.
Right.
So I was just hoping that someone would see it. But, a couple days went by and nothing really happened. So the Pacers ended up losing the next game on the road. So then they had to come back and play game 6 at home. So that day I get a phone call from someone from the Pacers, and they're like, hey, we saw your tweet about the obstructed view. We are so sorry. We are wanting to give you 4 free center court club seat tickets for tonight's game.
Unreal.
And we really hope that you could come. And I was like, oh my God. So of course. So we got those and we went to the game, and it was incredible. And it was center court, just right in the middle. Perfect seats. So we got to see them. That they ended up winning that game as well, and that's when they clinched the series. So I want to shout out to the Pacers, though. They didn't have to do that.
True.
I do feel like they went above and beyond. I was hoping that they would do something, but I didn't expect anything like that. But it was wonderful. It was crazy, though, when I put that picture on Twitter, someone replied to it, and I never even thought of this. They said someone bought those tickets to see Caitlin Clark's first game at home in the WNBA. I didn't even think about that. And so I'm just like, so it's just awful. But I did notice, though, at the game where they gave us the club seats, we looked up into that section where we bought those tickets, and there was not a single person sitting in there. So part of me wonders if they stopped selling them.
Maybe so.
Because there was not one person there, and in my head, I can't imagine that every single person in that section knew that there was somewhere, unless they just, maybe they just realized that they can't see and they got up and moved. But there's not a ton of standing room only places in there, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that they don't sell those tickets anymore. But
you know what, Rachel, you just made a difference.
You know what? Thank you. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, of course.
That is honestly, that's it though. I got nothing else. That's my whole life. Thank God.
That was exciting.
Yeah, thank you. It was a very exciting, and it was a really, really nice story. And we had a really good time at the game. And I thought that was just so hospitable. It was so funny though that they called my cell phone because I just put this on Twitter. I assumed like they would send me a DM or something, but no, they looked up my information and they had to have done it by like my email address or something.
That is insane that they found you that way.
I know. They went above and beyond. So I'm thankful for that. But how was your week, Hayls?
It was good. I went to a couple Sounds games. So last Tuesday, I don't think I talked about this on the podcast because we recorded before I went, but I went to the game and I was sitting behind the dugout, like 4 or 5 rows up. And there's now netting all the way down from behind home plate to almost to like the foul pole. Like they've completely netted off the whole first and third baseline. And so they'd always throw balls to the kids and stuff, but now they can't really throw them up into the stands as easily.
Oh, yeah.
So the third base coach will grab the ball from one of the players and toss it up like under the net to somebody. Well, there's one man that sits in the same spot, I guess, most games because they know who he is, and they'll toss him the ball for him to throw it to fans in the stands.
Okay.
He underhand threw this ball to trying to throw it to somebody and hit a woman square in the head right in front of who he's trying to throw it to. It was like a line drive off of this man's hand. It wasn't like it was, went up and came back down. It went straight into her face.
Oh my God.
And I felt so bad, but I had a couple of drinks at this point and I started dying laughing.
It was hilarious. At the last basketball game that we were at, when the Bucks got eliminated, Pat Beverly, one of the players on the team, he chucked a ball into the stands. He was trying to hit a guy. Gosh. He was trying to hit a guy, but he missed and hit a woman straight in the side of her face. She wasn't looking.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel so bad because if it happened to me, I would be so embarrassed. But also, how do you not laugh a little bit?
Yeah, it's kind of, yours is way funnier. If it was a basketball, I'd be furious. But that story, that's hilarious.
The best part of the story is that she sat there, she was by herself, sat there for the next 2-3 innings, and then got up and went to the man that hit her and started yelling at him, claiming that he did it on purpose.
Oh my God.
And so everybody in our section is like, girlfriend, you got hit like 30 minutes ago. Did you just come back to reality and like now you're mad about it?
She got her brain knocked around a little bit, I think.
And so we were just like, what? And so then she like lost her mind on him. And so it was a very dramatic experience, but it was pretty entertaining, I'm not gonna lie.
That's so funny.
They were also playing the Norfolk Tides, which is who Jackson Holiday is playing for right now.
Oh,
so
nice.
I saw Jackson.
It's
fun. Interesting to like see him play because everybody is either very, very much for him or very, very much like wanting to see him fail. And
That's
so like
awful.
It's just like he made an error at one of the games I went to. And so you get some people who are like, it's okay, Jackson, you'll get him next time. And then you get the other guys who are like, oh, I bet this person could have done so much better than you and all this stuff.
Oh,
and it's just like,
get out of here.
I know.
No way.
He's just, everyone is so like,
he's also a kid. Like he's a kid.
He's like 19 or 20.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Grown men are so weird when it comes to kid. Anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. And then I went to Charlotte to see Michael's family, and we also went to a Memphis Redbirds game. They played the Charlotte Knights, and guess what it was the night that we went?
What?
Rachel, it was Taylor Swift night.
Shut up. Oh my God. Was it amazing?
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. The woman behind me really enjoyed it to the point that it was making it a little more miserable for me because she was not a great singer and she was really getting down to every song. But
oh my God, that's so funny. I will say one thing. I will sing very loudly, but I can carry a tune. So I don't sound bad, and I know that.
Oh, okay.
And I know that. But I'll
be the judge of that.
Thank you. That's fine. I'll accept it. Did the Redbirds lose? What did we lose? 19-2, I think, when I went to Taylor Swift night last year.
Oh, are you
Cardinal,
serious?
remember? Yeah, the Cardinal game. It was during the Cardinal game, 19-2, I think.
No, we actually left a little bit early, but it was not a 19-2 game. That is for sure.
Okay, good.
I actually think we ended up winning.
Nice.
Yeah, the person in front of me, I was yelling for all of them, of course, because I love them all so much. She's like, wow, you don't even have to look at the board to know who it is. I was like, no, I don't. I know. List off one of these players on the field. I'll know who it is. But she's
I
like,
love that.
Wow, you must have done your research. I was like,
oh my God.
So that was kind of weird.
You run into very interesting people at games. I'm going to tell you that much.
Trust me. I know. Well, Rach, do you want to talk about some of the things around the league that have happened in the last week?
Yes, let's talk about it. Okay, this first one, I really want to talk about it. So the Tri-City Chili Peppers are doing this new thing. They are doing glow-in-the-dark baseball, which I think is so freaking cool. So all of the uniforms, the shoes, the balls, I believe, too, and the bats, everything is under glow light. They're calling it cosmic baseball.
That's so impressive.
It's so
they
awesome.
Can hit like, to me, that would be so much harder to hit a baseball that was just glowing in the dark.
That's what I would think too. And so a part of me was kind of like, is this safe? But then I'm like, no, I think it would be safe because it's all glowing. I know the gloves aren't glowing, but have you done cosmic bowling ever?
Yes, it's been a long time, but yes, I have.
That's super
fun.
I've done
like same mini golf too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't really done it under the blacklight, I don't think, but that'd be super fun.
Yeah. It is fun.
No, but I think
baseball
that's so
would
cool.
Scare me though. But
would you?
I'm happy for them.
Would you go watch it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it'd be so fun, and I think any way that they can do things to bring new stuff in and try to grow the game in different ways, I think it's awesome. So I think
where's this at again?
Colonial. It looks like it's Colonial Heights, Virginia. Yeah, very cool. Well, maybe
That's
we'll have
pretty
to.
Neat, though.
If this is something that they're going to actually do like regularly, then I would love to take a trip out there and go see that. I think that'd be super fun.
That'd be so fun.
Or if they could do, I don't know what the plan is with this, obviously, but you know how like the Savannah Bananas now are traveling and doing fun things like that. So if they did something like that, I think that'd be really, really fun to go see.
For sure.
Colonial. It looks like it's Colonial Heights, Virginia. Yeah, very cool. Well, maybe
That's
we'll have
to.
Neat, if this is something that they're going to actually do like regularly, then I would love to take a trip out there and go see that. I think that'd be super fun.
That'd be so fun.
Or if they could do, I don't know what the plan is with this, obviously, but you know how like the Savannah Bananas now are traveling and doing fun things like that. So if they did something like that, I think that'd be really, really fun to go see.
For sure.
Colonial. It looks like it's Colonial Heights, Virginia. Yeah, very cool. Well, maybe
That's
we'll have
pretty
to,
neat, though.
if this is something that they're going to actually do like regularly, then I would love to take a trip out there and go see that. I think that'd be
Oh my
super
gosh,
fun.
that'd be so fun.
Or if they could do, I don't know what the plan is with this, obviously, but how like the Savannah Bananas now are traveling and doing fun things like that. So if they did something like that, I think that'd be really, really fun to go see.
For sure. Another thing we have to mention is the Cardinals played the Tigers last week, and our beloved Jack Flaherty had 14 strikeouts against his former team.
14
How did you feel about
strikeouts.
that, like in the moment?
I'm very emotional about it. He also set the franchise record by striking out the first 7 batters in a row. Like, that's unreal. And it's just all encompassing of the Cardinal season. It makes so much sense. Of course, that's what was going to happen. Of course it happened. But the terrible part for Jack is that they still ended up losing the game. The Tigers gave up 2 runs in the top of the 9th, and then they ended up losing 2-1, which is such a it's like he never left. That's such a Cardinals move. Like, for the pitcher to have a fantastic game like that and then to blow it in the 9th, it's like he never left, man.
That's true. That's as if he was playing for us. Yes. Poor guy.
Yes, it is. It's something that we would do. No, I mean, I'm happy for him. It still makes me so sad. Like, I love Jack so much, and I wish more than anything that it could have worked out with the Cardinals and that he was still with us. I wish him nothing but the utmost success. That, honestly, for a Cardinals fan, for me, that was best case scenario, because I got to see Jack do really, really well, but then the Cardinals still won.
True.
So so I think it worked out for us okay, but man, it's a tough loss. But congrats to him, though. It's very, very cool. I'm happy for him.
We'll always love him.
Always love him. Always love him.
We've had a couple teams drop their City Connect jerseys. Speaking of the Tigers, they actually just dropped theirs today.
Oh, they sure. How do you feel about that? Did you see them?
I did. I feel like they could have been better. I'm not that impressed. But I also feel like I'm still on this high from the Rays releasing theirs, because I love theirs. So now I'm like comparing everything to how good theirs are. 100. So maybe it's a skewed, I don't know, perspective now.
I think both things are correct. I don't like the Tigers jerseys at all. I think they're super underwhelming. The pattern was supposed to be like a tire tread. I get it, but I think I don't like it. I don't like the hats. I think it's just very boring. It kills me.
The color's boring.
Yeah, it just kills me. Like, it's all of this build up. Like, they're spending all of this time. Ooh, we're going to do this really cool stuff. Release these really, really cool City Connect jerseys. And I'm going to be honest, it looks like someone designed them in 5 minutes. Some of them, not all of them. But that one, like, it's just very underwhelming to me. But yes, the Rays is absolutely incredible. It's my favorite. Yes, it is my favorite 100%. It's got a little skateboarding stingray on it. Like, are you kidding me?
Whenever I saw Richie Palacios in that uniform, I was like, I miss him so much, but I'm like, he just fits here. This is like,
it's perfect.
It's such a vibe.
No, it's honestly so perfect. I love it so much. But yeah, I think, honestly, I do think those are my number one now.
I think I agree with that.
What was your number one before? Do you remember what your number one was before?
Honestly, no. I've liked the Diamondbacks, I think, if I remember right.
Those. Yeah, I like the Diamondbacks. Yeah, but no, the Padres were my number one, but these are definitely better than the Padres for sure.
Yeah. Does all of this scare you for the Cardinals?
Yes. No, I just have a feeling they're going to be super mundane. Honestly, they'll be more like the Tigers ones than like the cool ones, I'm sure. I guarantee they'll be all red, which is I hope they're not. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were all red and they said the Lou somehow.
Gosh, I don't even... You're probably right. We have how many days left? We have
coming up in a couple weeks. Like 2.5 weeks, I think. So we'll see. But no, I'm nervous.
Me too.
I am nervous, but I don't know. Honestly, maybe they'll surprise us. We'll see. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Speaking of the Cardinals, so I wanted to talk about this. So Pat Murphy, the Cubs played the Brewers. Pat Murphy is the Brewers' new manager, and they were doing a post-game presser at the end, and they showed Pat Murphy's son, and he was just sitting next to him wearing a Cardinals hat in the post-game. And I think that's so funny. Like, would you not think to just put your kid in a Brewers hat?
I mean, if I were him, I would. It's one of those things I was like when I was in San Diego, I couldn't wear Cardinals gear in certain places whenever my friends took us around the park, because like it's just a thing that whenever you are there visiting as like under their team, you just kind of wear their stuff, or at least go neutral.
For sure.
So you would think at a press conference that if he brought his son in, he should probably go neutral or wear Brewers stuff.
Yeah, go neutral, wear something. But man, I mean, a different team. I respect it. I love it. Keep it coming. But I mean, the Cardinal season is so terrible right now, so I guess they will take anything that they can get.
At least we have that.
We do have that. We do have one other thing, though. Ryan Helsley, National League Reliever of the Month. He has 10 saves. Congrats to him. I was looking up. The Cardinals have not had a reliever of the month since at least 2017. And 2017 was the first year that I could find stats for it. So I don't think that they have ever had it since.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't. It sure doesn't. No, I'm not shocked at all. But so very exciting.
But he deserves it.
He absolutely does. He absolutely does. He's been unreal this year.
Can we get into the bees that took over Arizona?
Please, let's get into it.
This story had me dying laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Because here's the thing. So a game was delayed an hour because there was a beehive and swarm of, I don't even know how many bees.
It was so many bees. It wasn't just like a little tiny thing. Like there were so many of them.
I just want to know how they didn't notice this earlier. Number one. I feel like they didn't just all appear an hour or right before the game.
No, that's probably true. I wonder if it started out small and then
it just kept growing.
Yeah,
maybe so.
But I mean, if there was 2 and if I was sitting up there and there was 3 bees, I would be freaking. I don't like bees. And
it was really high up. It wasn't
it was okay.
Close.
So not
it was at
super
the top
close
of the netting.
Oh, okay.
But when there's that many bees, I mean, I don't know. So they call why can't I think of the name of this person? Beekeeper.
I thought you meant his actual name. I was like, I don't know his actual name, but he is a bee.
And he's at his son's t-ball game, and I don't know where they got this phone number, but he goes and
have a bee guy on deck.
Yes, I asked someone. I'm like, do they just have somebody that's just waiting
have a
to
bee guy?
Get rid of bees? I don't know.
It was his son's last t-ball game of the year too, so he had to miss his.
Oh my gosh!
Had to miss his last game.
Hey, he's like an icon now because he got to throw out the first pitch at the game. They interviewed him after the game. He got a huge press conference.
Yeah, he got a huge standing ovation when he went out there to get rid of the bees.
And Topps made a baseball card for him.
Oh my god.
Did you see that?
No.
He has his own baseball card now.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. He deserves it, man. What a hero.
He does. So
what a hero.
And I just love the way that the Diamondbacks really played into it too.
The Diamondbacks Twitter admin, man, they were on one. They kept making all of the bee puns, and it was so funny. Every single one of them was so good.
It was awesome.
That man was so sweet, though. He was like, I just expected to come and get some bees. I didn't expect everybody to be so happy to see me and didn't expect them to ask me to throw out the first pitch. He just thought he was getting some bees.
I mean, I get it. I feel like I would maybe think the same thing, but how cool for him to be able to have that experience.
And now he's a national hero.
A national treasure.
So funny. So funny. Speaking of national treasures, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Oakland A's, baby. America's team.
Gosh.
What are they doing?
Me.
I know. They just beat the Marlins a couple of days ago 20-4. 20-4. And that was their 6th win in a row. They have since lost. So their win streak is no more, but they won 6 in a row.
I haven't looked up all the stats, but I do know that Abraham Toro, who played for the Sounds last year, he didn't really go up a ton from what I can remember for the Brewers. He's been starting, and he has been killing it for the A's. I feel like every time I look, he's hit another home run.
That's awesome.
For them, or multi-hit games. He's been doing so
well.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're doing well. Well, in that 20-4 win, Brett Harris got his first MLB hit, which also was a home run. So that was really cool. His first hit ever home run. And incredible call once again by Chris Carey. So love that. But it's awesome to see. I think everyone is rooting for the A's, honestly.
I mean, cool. For sure.
I mean, they're above Houston right now. Houston is also having a terrible season, but that's something that we can... Yeah,
that
means
crazy. Nothing at this
point.
I
know. That's something that we can get into later. But I did see, I was looking at the Oakland A's Twitter today, and I did see that they still have their mentions turned off, so no one can reply.
Oh my gosh.
Except people that they mentioned, which is insane to me. Like, how can a professional team not... I mean, obviously, I know what their mentions are full of, and I get it, but that's just wild. It is
pretty insane.
Such a bad position to be in. But I did also see that I am blocked on Twitter by their president because I've said some things to him.
Rachel.
I don't even remember what I've said at this point. But yeah, he super blocked me. So
oh my gosh. I do want to mention, because I forgot to mention this earlier during my little weekly recap. There was a bench clear. The Brewers are playing the Rays.
Oh,
and yes. And I actually just saw Abner Uribe pitch last night for the Sounds, and he is the one that was in the middle of this, I'm using quotation marks, brawl, because I don't think anyone really hit who they were trying to hit at all in the whole
There
fight.
was missed slaps and missed punches and oh man, it was pretty funny. It was great.
One of my favorite parts is one of the Brewers prospects, Tyler Black. He just got called up, and that was his first game. So that was his MLB debut. And in the video, once it dies down, you just kind of see him like walking out there and like looking around. Like, I'm like,
what
this poor guy. He's probably never experienced this before. First game. And now he's like, what do I do?
He's like, what do I do now?
Yeah. It was so funny. Go back and watch it.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Welcome to the big leagues, man.
It was hilarious.
That's so funny. Well, it was hilarious. Reese Hoskins was trying to like get in the middle of it, and Uribe was like, no, and he threw him down.
Yes.
His own teammate.
Oh.
It was a good one. My favorite part of the whole thing, though, was Randy Arozarena and Willie Adames when they were just standing there to the side with their arms around each other, just watching. Too funny.
Just chilling.
Too funny. It was a silly brawl. It wasn't worth getting into, I don't think.
Most of them aren't.
No.
Most.
No, you're right. Most.
Some of them.
Some definitely are. But most are not. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing. I do want to give a little quick shout out. Dexter Fowler graduated from Penn State this week.
Yay.
So congrats to him. What was his degree in?
Bachelor of Science degree in Organization and Professional Communication.
Good for him. Fancy. Don't know what any of that is, but congrats to him. We know he's smart. He turned down an offer to go to Harvard, so that way he could go play baseball. So
yeah,
very intelligent. But it's really exciting. Love that family. Love him. Congrats to him.
So happy for them. All right, on that note, do you want to get into some crying moments?
Yes, let's do it. So we are going to start doing crying moments a little bit differently now. Haley and I are each going to come with our own, and we're each going to have happy moments, sad moments, funny moments, sometimes angry moments. So we will see. So we're going to get into a lot more crying moments than normal. So Hayls, you want to start it off? You got a happy crying moment this week?
I do. I just mentioned Tyler Black, who made his debut for Milwaukee over the weekend last week.
With the one that was in the brawl?
Yes. Well, he wasn't in the brawl.
He wasn't in it, but who was in the background.
So he had his debut, and in that game, he actually had 2 hits, which was super exciting.
Wonderful.
His first hit was a double, and it was actually while they were interviewing his family during the game.
I love that.
And so his dad was talking. Tyler got a hit, and in the middle of a sentence, he goes, "There's a base hit for my boy Tyler Black."
Oh my gosh!
Ever.
Oh, I love that.
It was so
much.
Sweet.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my gosh, it did make me emotional whenever I saw it. I always get happy for my Brewers, guys that come make their debuts and everything, but that was really, really cool that his dad was on when it happened.
That's so special. We love a good family moment. Oh, yes. I love that.
So do you have a happy moment from this week?
Yes, I sure do. So there was an 11-year-old girl. She was a Giants fan, and she was sitting towards behind it home plate-ish, and she had a sign at the Giants game, and it said, "It's my 11th birthday," and then there was a little checklist on it, and it said, "Skip school, Fenway Park, first Giants game, catch a ball, and photo with Yaz," who is Mike Yastrzemski. So he actually took her out onto the field. He signed her sign. He took a little photo with her. And so that was so sweet. Really cool. Obviously, he saw the sign. They were in Fenway, which, there probably weren't a ton of Giants fans there. But I thought it was so sweet. And that's such a wonderful moment that she will have forever. We love it. Little girls getting into baseball. How cool.
She's going to love baseball now. Like,
yeah,
we're going to have more girls that love the sport.
I know. And she can go back and talk to her little friends about it. And so, but how cool how lucky her first game and she gets to do that. Like,
true.
I'm a little jealous.
Expectations are like, every game I'm going to meet somebody.
Every single game I have to go talk to someone. I have to get an autograph. Funny, but that's so sweet though.
Oh,
happy
for sure.
moment for them, I think, for sure.
Do you want to do sadness?
Let's do it. You want to do it? You want me to?
You do yours. I left this one for Rachel because I know she's
so
very
sad.
emotional.
Very emotional. Mike Trout, I'm sure you all have heard, torn meniscus, has to have knee surgery, going to be out for an extended period of time. That is just devastating. Devastating for all of baseball, for everyone. Obviously he is a generational talent. And this is the 4th consecutive season that he is going to have an extended injury that's going to keep him out of the game for a while. He's had strained calf. He had a hurt back. Last year he had the broken hand. Now he has this. Just awful. And he was being interviewed, about when he found out that he had to get the surgery, and he was being interviewed and he was tearing up, and it's just awful. And you just hate it for him. And
that's when it got me. When you saw that interview, was obviously bummed about it for him, but seeing him get emotional,
it's awful.
That's when it just hit.
I know, and it just kills you. It's like, are we ever going to see a full season of a healthy Trout? I don't know.
At this point, I don't know.
It's awful.
It's real heartbreaking.
Sad. Yeah, real sad. What you got, girl?
This is a mix of sad and angry all in one.
Oh, I'm excited.
So the other night, the Cardinals are playing the White Sox, and they had a 3-hour weather delay. And so then you come back. The Cardinals had the bases loaded in the 10th inning, and Ivan Herrera, who I adore, was up to bat.
Big Ivan girly.
And the count, I think, was like 1-2. And the ball is pitched, and it is at least 6 inches outside.
At least, yes.
At least. And our good friend, C.B. Bucknor, called it a strike to end the game. I mean, you've got to be kidding. Like, I would feel not as, angry if the bases weren't loaded, all these things, but it was just all of it together. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And because it's C.B. Bucknor.
I hate CB Buck. A 3-hour rain delay for it to end like that in 35 seconds. Can imagine if you were at that game and you waited around for that.
I would have lost my mind.
I just don't I didn't see anybody freak out after the game though. Why are you not up getting in his face? Maybe they did. Maybe I just didn't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. But they
might not have shown it. Yeah, I feel like Ollie had to have.
I would think. But it's just unbelievable to me, and I don't understand. We've talked about this before, and I will talk about it till I'm blue in the face. I don't understand why umpires are not being held accountable for the calls that they make and the things that they do. That's a game-ending, game-altering call. And, the Cardinals shouldn't – you can argue that the Cardinals shouldn't have been in that position in the first place because they were playing the 6-25 White Sox or whatever their record is. They shouldn't have been tied with them in the 10th inning. They shouldn't have been tied with them in the 10th inning, but they were, and it should be reviewable. I don't know. I don't have all of the answers, but this isn't working. It's not okay. No. And I feel like 2024 has been even worse. It's every year it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
And did you see the smirk on his face?
Yes. In the words of our good friend Oliver Marmol, I think CB Bucknor has 0 class as a man.
Thank you for quoting our best friend.
Ended on that. It makes me so angry. So you're right. It's a mixture of sad and lots of anger.
Before you get too angry, should we go to our funny moments?
Yes, please. Please. Okay, I'm going to start.
Do it.
My funny moment also it was a Cardinals pitcher in the White Sox series, Sonny Gray. So in the third inning, he got out of some trouble. He got himself into some trouble. He ended up getting out of it, but he felt like he needed a little bit of a reset. So he goes into the clubhouse and he strips down 100%, completely takes every single bit of his uniform off, shoes, socks, underwear, everything. And he just gets a whole entire new uniform and puts everything on again. So he's like, new start, new me, I guess.
I mean, I would not think to do that, but if that's what helps you,
it worked.
Go for
I
it.
guess it worked. I mean, the man has an ERA of 0.89. That's just absolutely unbelievable. But like, that's the type of weird behavior that's like gonna bring him the Cy Young. It's gonna make him
100%.
break all of these records, like all of this little weird stuff. They interviewed him, and he said at one point he was watching the game on the TV in the clubhouse, and that he realized he was praying for a base runner because there was one out and he was still completely naked.
That got me when he said that. Oh my gosh. So funny.
Sonny Gray is a treasure, though. I'm very, very happy that he's on the Cardinals.
I feel so bad that we are how we are for him, but like, I am happy we have him.
I'm happy we have him. I wish,
feel like people weren't like super excited when we got him,
which is insane.
I don't feel like I saw like that much excitement for what he's done for us.
Absolutely.
So now
you're so right.
Okay. I'm like, did I miss it?
No, you're right. People were super underwhelmed, and people were also upset that was one of the only things that they did, so, whatever. But no, he should have gotten more love from the very beginning, I think. But now,
I loved him from the beginning, so.
Me too. We're big Sonny girlies.
Big Sonny girlies. I have another funny moment that happened the other day. So in the Dodgers game, Shohei hit his 8th home run as a Dodger. It broke Dave Roberts' record for most home runs by a Japanese-born player in the Dodgers organization. And so, if we all can remember, Shohei gifted Joe Kelly a Porsche whenever he gave up his number when Shohei came to the Dodgers. And so he got Dave Roberts a little model Porsche. And so Dave walks into like the press conference with it, and he's like showing off what Shohei got him, and he's like, I said I wanted a Porsche. I guess I should have been a little bit more specific on what I meant by that. Not a Porsche I can fit on my desk, but it was so funny to me that he got him a little toy Porsche.
That's so funny. He doesn't get a real one. That's funny. I love Shohei. That was so cute. And he was so funny. He was just so giggly when he talks about it. It's hilarious. I like that.
He was quoted saying, like, how much he likes to make people laugh and things like that. And, like, he's just, like, this wholesome little...
I know. Like, he's just a precious little baby who hopefully doesn't have a gambling problem.
Oh, my God. We're moving past that.
We're moving past it. It's fine. We're past it.
Well, Rach, we made it through a lot of crying moments this week. Are you ready to take us out?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of There Is Crying in Baseball. Rate, review, like, subscribe, give us 5 stars, tell your friends, follow us on all socials at Crying Baseball, watch along on YouTube. We will talk to you guys next week because on Wednesdays we cry.